Good morning, second grade. Let's get started with some phonogram review and then our spelling words. All right, our first phonogram is ow, o, oo, What are you going to write? Good, ow, o, oo, Say it while you write it. All right, class, what did you just write? Good, ow, o, oo, This is our ow, o, oo, All right, the next phonogram is, watch my mouth. What are you going to write? Good. Say it while you write it. Oops. You can't really see that last phonogram. All right, class, what did you just write? Good. This is our Make sure you're leaving clock spaces. So if you didn't have that, write it and say it while you write it. All right, our next one is ow, o. What are you going to write? Good, ow, o. Say it while you write it. All right, class, what did you just write? Good, ow, o. This is our ow, o. Ow, o. So if you didn't have that, write it in, say it while you write it. All right, the next one is j. Three-letter j, used only after a single vowel that says a, or a. What are you going to write? I'll say it with you. J. Three-letter j, used only after a single vowel that says a, a. Say it while you write it. All right, class, what did you just write? Good, j, three-letter j, used only after a single vowel that says a, or a. And this is our j, three-letter j, used only after a single vowel that says a, or a. So if you didn't have that, write it. Say it while you write it. Let's do that one 3 times since that one's a newer one. All right, the last one is the of her. What are you going to write? Good, the of her. Say it while you write it. Class, what did you just write? Good, the of her. This is our the of her. All right, let's get ready to write our words. All right, the first word is young. Class, what's the word? Good, young. That puppy is very young. Young. What sounds do you hear in the word young? Good, our sounds are y, All right, we're going to use ow, o, oo, Which are we going to use? Good, ow, o, oo, Write it. The sounds, say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good, yeah. What's next? Good, but which is it? Good, ow, o, oo, And good, All right, so if your word looks like this, your pencil stays down and you're thinking, don't mark it yet, but you're thinking, so we're ready to mark it quickly. All right, let's go through our markings and then we'll pick up our pencil and mark it. Does this need a marking? How about this? All right, I hope you're showing me this, but what are the 4 sounds of this phonogram? Good, ow, o, oo, and it's saying So it needs both of these. Don't mark it yet. Does this need a marking? Good. Mark it. All right, class, let's read our word. Good. The next word is no. What's the word? All right, this one is we know how to subtract 3-digit numbers. No. Uh-oh, I forgot to have us review the phonogram we need for this one. Oh my goodness. Before we write this, let's review n, 2-letter n, used only at the beginning of a base word. What are you going to write? Good. N, 2-letter n, used only at the beginning of a base word. All right, class, what did you just write? Good. N, 2-letter n, used only at the beginning of a base word. All right. Oof. That's a newer one. So if you didn't get it, go ahead and write it 3 times. Say it while you write it, and then we'll be ready for our word. All right, the word is no. We know how to subtract 3-digit numbers. No. What sounds do you hear in the word no? Good. Our sounds are n, o. The n is n, 2-letter n, used only at the beginning of a base word. Which n are we going to use? Good. N, 2-letter n, used only at the beginning of a base word. All right. And our o is ow, o. Which o are we going to use, class? Good. Ow, o. One more time, what are the sounds? Good. Write them. Say them while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word you just wrote. What is it? Good. N, but which n? Good. N, 2-letter n, used only at the beginning of a base word. And the next one? Good. O, but which o is it? Good. Ow, o. All right, so make sure your word looks like that. And let's get ready to go through the markings. Does this need a marking? Good, because we need both those letters to make that sound. How about this? All right, good. We're going to underline it. What are the 2 sounds? Good. Ow, o. So it needs both of those. Pick up your pencil. All right, class, let's read our word. All right, good. The next word is knowledge. What's the word? Good, knowledge. But knowledge is a 2-way word. It comes from this base word, know. So we're going to pronounce it knowledge. How do we say knowledge to spell it? Good, knowledge. How many syllables are in knowledge? Show me. Good, there are 2 syllables in knowledge. The first syllable is no, just like our base word no. What are we going to write to spell that first syllable no? Good, n, o. Which n are we using? Good, n, 2-letter n, used only at the beginning of a base word. And which o? Good. Ow. Oh, write that first syllable. Say the sounds while you write them. All right. Our second syllable is ledge. What's the second syllable? Good. Ledge. What sounds do you hear in the syllable ledge? Good. The sounds are ol, j. English words don't end with the letter J. So our j is j, 3-letter j, used only after a single vowel that says a, I, or a. Which j are we going to use in ledge? Good. J, three-letter J, used only after a single vowel that says a, or a. Go ahead and write it and say the sounds in that syllable ledge while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word you just wrote. What is it? Good. Which Good. Two-letter N, used only at the beginning of a base word. And what's next? Good. O. Which O? Good. Ow. O. All right, what's next? Good. And which J? Good. J, three-letter J, used only after a single vowel that says a, or a. J, three-letter J, used only after a single vowel that says a, or a. All right, make sure your word looks like mine. And let's go through the markings. Does this need a marking? Good. How about this? I hope we remembered from our base word that we need both these. How about this? Good. Pick up your pencil and mark it. All right, class, let's read our word. Good. Knowledge is how we say it to spell it. When we're speaking, we say knowledge, knowledge. Let's see, where's our thinking cap going to go? Good, we're going to put it on our elbow. But if we remember that know is the base word, we should remember how we say this to spell it, which is what? Good, know-ledge. All right, when we're speaking though, we say knowledge. All right, the next word is understand. What's the word? Good, understand. So understand is a compound word. Our first word is under. Our second one is stand, and we smash them together to make a new word, understand. How many syllables are in understand? Show me. Good, there are 3 syllables. The first syllable is un. What sounds do you hear in the syllable un? Good, say them while you write them. Put your syllable break at the end. All right, the next syllable is der. What sounds do we hear in the syllable der? Good, d-er. We're going to use the of her. Which are we using? Good, the of her. Say it while you write it. And put your syllable break at the end. All right, our third syllable is stand. What's the third syllable? Good, stand. And what sounds do you hear in that syllable stand? Good, the sounds are s, t, a, n, d. All right, write them and say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word you just wrote. What is it? Good, and good. We need our syllable break. What's next? Good, duh. And good, but which is it? Good, the of her. And what's next? Good. All right, make sure your word looks like that. And let's go through the markings. Does this need a marking? Good, keep going, don't mark it yet. Nope. All we need to mark is our the, of, her. Go ahead and mark it. And let's read our word. Good. Understand. All right, the next word is wife. What's the word? Good, wife. My brother and his wife live in Washington. Wife. All right, what sounds do you hear in the word wife? Good, our sounds are w, I, f. This is it, I-E. How are we going to make it say I? Good, silent final E, job 1. Write those sounds, say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word you just wrote. What is it? Good, what? Good, I. Good, f, and. Good, silent final E, job 1. All right. Make sure yours looks like that. We'll go through the markings and then mark it. Does this need a marking? How about this? Good, we're underlining it because it's saying it's what? Good, it's name. How about this? Good, that's part of our job. And this one? Good, we're gonna double underline our silent final E, job 1. Pick up your pencil, mark it. All right, our next word is, let's see, this is a singular noun. Singular means what? Good, just one. Now we are going to make it plural. So our next word is the plural of wife. It's wives. What's the word? Good, wives. The 3 wives were eating lunch together. Wives. So we can hear that we have a different sound here. Instead of, we don't say wifes, it's wives. All right, so when we have a word that has this sound at the end, sometimes, so an F, or if it's an F with a silent final E at the end to make it plural, we'll often go ahead and change this F to a V. And whenever we do that, we have to use ES to make it plural instead of just S. All right, so our word is wives. Class, what sounds do we hear in the word wives? Good, so it's w, I, v, z, but we've got a silent E and then our s, z. Is when we're changing this F to a V to make it plural, we have to have a silent E before the Z. So one more time to spell wives, what are we going to write? Great, say it while you write it. All right. Put your finger under that first phonogram. What do we need to write to spell wives? Good, what? I, ooh. It's actually, it's silent final E, job 1. And then, good, Z, but which Z is it? Good, Z. Anytime we're making, we have a Z sound, but it's a plural, it's always Z. All right, let's go through the markings. Does this need a marking? How about this? Good, how about this? Part of the silent final E, job 1 team. How about this? Good, we're gonna double underline our silent final E, job 1. And how about this? Good, it's saying its second sound. Pick up your pencil. All right, class, let's read our word. What is it? All right, nice job. I was a little late making videos, so I'm going to post this morning. If you can't get to the rest of the videos, that's all right. You can get credit for doing just this, since I'm not going to have the rest posted till later. But if you, because some of these words were kind of tricky, if you want more review, I will post more videos later on today. So I'll see you later today or tomorrow.